Okay, I'm going to give you another example of using Venn diagrams to find the greatest common factor and the least common multiple. The first example is going to only have 2 numbers, and the next one will use 3. I want to remind you to look at the information I've provided on the blog because I have excluded some problems from your homework. So if there are any problems that have 4 numbers, I've excluded those from the homework because those make it difficult to use the Venn diagram, and I really want you to focus on using the Venn diagram. So take a look at that. Okay, let's get to work on our example. So the first 2 numbers we're going to look at are 56 and 42. So if you remember from class, the first thing that we want to do is do our factor tree or find the prime factorization. So with 56, the 2 factors I'm going to split it up with are going to be 2 times, let's see, 28. Okay, and we know 2 is prime, so I'm going to circle it. And 28, we can multiply the factors 2 times 14. Again, 2 is prime. And 14 will be 2 times 7. Okay, so step 1 was to factor 56. Now I'm going to factor 42. So again, I can use the factor of 2 times 21. And 2 is prime, and 21 is 3 times 7, and both of those are prime. Okay, now if you remember, the next step is to draw our Venn diagram, so I'm going to use green for 42, and let me go ahead and get my red for 56, and I want to make sure that my circles overlap, so I have a shared space. 56, okay, and now I want to find the common prime factors. So the first common prime factor that I see is a 2, so that's going to go in the middle. And I see that they also share 7, so that goes in the middle. Okay, and just to finish this Venn diagram, we have 56 has 2 all to itself, so it has 1, 2, and then another 2. And 42 has a 3. Okay, now we're going to find the GCF and the LCM. So remember, the GCF is what is in the middle. So we're going to multiply 2 times 7, which means our GCF is 14. And our LCM, we're going to multiply everything inside of our Venn diagram. So it's going to be 2 times 2 times 2 times 7 times 3. Okay, so 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. And 8 times 7 is 56. And 56 times 3, sorry, that's squished, is, let me draw an arrow and put it over here. So 56 times 3 should be, we have 8, carry the 1, 168. And we have found the GCF and the LCM of 56 and 42. Okay, let's try another example with 3 numbers. So this time we're going to find the GCF and LCM of 18, 24, and 36. All right, as you know, the first thing that we're going to do is the factor tree. So 18 is made up of the factors 2 and 9, and 2 is prime, and 9 is made up of 3 times 3, and 3 is prime. So we're done. Okay, let's go to 24. So 24 is made up of the factors 2 and 12. And 12 is made up of, let's see, we could do 2 times 6 and 2 times 3. Okay. And finally, we'll do 36. So 36 is 2 times 18. 2 times 9, and 3 times 3. All right, now we're going to draw our Venn diagram. And so remember, this time we have to have 3 circles. So there's 18. And here's 24. And there's 36. Okay, now earlier in another class we had talked about possibly shading in the part that they all shared. So I'm just going to color that in yellow so that we can see that that's the shared section. Okay, so now let's talk about the factors that they share. So we can see that 18, 24, and 36 all share a 2. Okay, and they also all share a 3. Now those are all the prime factors that the 3 numbers share. However, if you notice, because we have 3 circles, we have a shared section right here that 36 and 24 share by themselves. So let's look and see if those 2 numbers on their own share any prime factors. And we can see that they share a 2. So I'm going to cross that 2 off, and I'm going to write it in the section shared only by 36 and 24. Okay? Now, I want to look over, if we look over at 18 and 36, we see they share a 3. So that's actually going to go in the section shared by 36 and 18 right there. So let me cross that off, and that goes in here. And if you notice, I've crossed off all my prime factors for 18, all my prime factors for 36, but 24 has a prime factor all to itself, so that's just going to go in this circle, just that belongs only to 24. All right, now because we have put all our prime factors into our Venn diagram, we can figure out our GCF. And our GCF is 2 times 3, because that's the only section that's shared by all 3 circles. And so our GCF is 6, and our LCM, remember we multiply everything inside of our Venn diagram, so it's going to be 3, let me get a different color. Okay, 3, so we use that one, times 2, times 2, times, don't forget you still have to multiply the stuff in the middle, times 3, times 2. All right, so let's see, 3 times 2 is 6, times 2 is 12, times 3 is 36, times 2 is 72. And there is our answer. I hope that helps with your homework. Now I'm going to go ahead and do a video for a preview of what we're going to go over tomorrow.